it screams from that.
Yo guys, what is up? Why entrepreneurship sucks for you. I'm going to be spitting some mad gems in this video. Why does entrepreneurship suck for you? You see all these people doing business and it feels effortless to them, but for you it feels like you're climbing an uphill battle. And I spent like 2 years trying to build businesses and I just failed a lot. So I hope this video can clarify some things to you. So let's get into it. So the main problem is that, first of all, this is you. And you have certain skills. This is one skill. One glowing ball. This is one glowing ball. This is one glowing ball. This is one glowing ball. These are your interests. And basically, you're saying fuck your interests and you're doing shit you don't want to do. SMMA. And maybe a personal brand. You don't really care about this brand you're building. And there's there's basically a bunch of things you want to do. And you're basically hopping between different things because you're just trying to do what works. And you hate your life. You don't like what you're doing. And it feels like every time you hop into work, you sort of you're very unhappy. You feel dread, most likely. That was me 2 years ago. I was doing agency, I was doing drop shipping, and I didn't really stick to it long term because I didn't like it. It's as simple as that. You need to do things that you like. And I was talking to one of my friends, I knew him for 2 years. He's 15, and he for a long time he was doing a lot of different businesses. He was doing e-commerce. He was in the real world. He was doing other stuff. He was doing email outreach, cold outreach for the agency, and he just didn't really. It was really hard for him to stick to it. He wasn't really consistent. And now he's doing video editing, and he's like, bro, he can spend hours doing video editing, and it feels very flowy to you, you know. And I was reading Naval. There was this guy called Naval. Let me get Naval up. So I was reading Naval's Ravikant book, and he said, bro, follow your curiosity. Follow your curiosity. And he said that your curiosity will take you to basically money. Follow your interests. Follow your curiosity. I thought that was bullshit, but apparently, no, it isn't. So I did that over the past 12 months. Back then I was doing this weird business. I was doing no-fap coaching. I don't even know how it's a coaching thing. I found some underground books called Easy Peasy and the Freedom Model. And it was just I thought I could help people, but the coaching itself didn't really help people. So I wasn't really interested in that anymore. After I made the discovery, I didn't care about no-fap. Yet people telling me, yo, you have market share in this industry. You're making these cool videos that people like. I made some YouTube video ages ago. I'll show you guys on my channel. I made a video that blew up. Let's go down. I made a video called "They're Wrong About Porn," the Easy Peasy method, a no-fap video that actually works. And I was racking views from making no-fap videos, bro. Porn addiction, no-fap, quit porn, stuff like that. I was racking in views, and I thought oh, okay, this must be the way. Yeah, maybe I should do that. But I didn't want to continue it. What I wanted to do deep down, what I was actually curious about was getting girls. I want to make friends and get girls. But my mentor was nah, stick to the no-fap coaching. Don't do these things. But I was life is short. I asked myself, I've been also reading David Dita as well, and I've been asking myself, what would I do if I only had 1 month to live? And then I wrote down on a piece of paper, I was journaling, I would regret that I didn't go make friends and get girls. That would be my biggest regret. So I was shit, then I got to go do it. And I started going out and meeting people, and I'll show you guys basically what my life looked like when I first started. I started going out, I started meeting people, and it sort of started out like this, where I started going to these events. I started going to these cold exposure events. I started going on hikes with my friends. I started meeting people. I met this guy from Survivor Australia. He was on the Survivor series in Australia. And I was just going out every single week, meeting people, partying, shit that I wanted to do so badly. But I thought oh, I had to make 10K a month. I got to do all these things. And I was just following my natural interests. I was just interested in social dynamics. I was interested in social skills. I was interested in forming a tribe and approaching girls and doing all these things. I was so obsessed with it. And I was just learning as much as I can about human dynamics, social skills, social dynamics. And then I basically productize my own journey into basically an info product or a course or program, whatever you want to see. So like, this is like life I live. Like, I love going out, meeting people, making these content, networking, and like, you know, just meeting people, interesting people, entrepreneurs, creators. And like, I managed to create a thriving social life. And it's something that a lot of guys struggle with. So I solved a problem I cared about. And that quote where Naval was like, follow your natural curiosities, it was like, yo, do that. That led me to developing specific skills, specific knowledge, which Naval said. And over time, I developed naturally these skills. Like, okay, now I have the skill of being able to teach guys how to build a circle, how to go make friends, how to go talk to girls, and how to do these things. Like, I was naturally interested in it, I developed these skills naturally. And some good questions, if you don't know where to naturally start, if you don't know where to head with your entrepreneurship journey. I'm not telling you to build a personal brand and sell an info product, but I am telling you, you need to build a business that you like to build. Whether you build the business around your life or you build your whole life around the business because you care more about the business than your life, whatever it is, you need to do what you want to do. So how do you know what to do? I hope this video like gave you a little bit more clarity, but what are some like tangible things? So I want you to ask yourself, this is a good question. What would I do if I had 1 month to live? I asked myself that question. I would make a clothing line jumper. I would make my jumper, the Creator Network jumper for entrepreneurs, creators, and artists. And I would finish building out my info product, my program, and like build a world-class program on how to build an awesome fucking social life where you attract cool people and you can go get girls. And yeah, that's what I found really cool. Like, I would be so cool to make like a fucking like presentation, really aesthetically pleasing level grade, like fucking like Sam Ovens style. Sam Ovens had a course back ages ago called a Consultant Accelerator, and the intro was just so fucking sick. But yeah, ask yourself, what would I do if I had 1 month to live? Like, this basically cuts down to your mortality, your death. You're going to die pretty soon. You're going to die one day, whether it be 20 years from now, 50 years from now. Your life isn't really guaranteed. So the reason why I asked this question, because it cuts through the fat. What would you do if you only had 1 month to live? Another question is like, another action item you can do. What's really helpful to just calm myself down is clarity. You need clarity. Meditation until you feel peace every morning. I know this is hard to sort of implement, especially if you have a job or you're doing something like this, but meditation in the morning has allowed me to have more clarity over my mind and what I desire. Because I was sitting down this morning and I was meditating. I was like, yo, okay. And then I noticed there were certain thoughts that kept popping up. I had thoughts to make a video like this. I had thoughts to go out and go to the sauna with my friends. I had thoughts of building a world-class program. I had thoughts of making cool videos, like cool vlog videos. I had thoughts of making this video exactly like this, stuff like this. So it allowed me to observe my mind and see what is my mind trying to tell me. What is my mind like screaming for me to create? What does it want me to create, you know? And it's asking me to create shit like this. So yeah, meditation after you feel peace, early in the morning, just do some meditation. And after you do that, read Way of the Spirit Man. When you do this, you meditate and then you read the spiritual text, man. They help you make decisions. The spiritual texts don't give you like action items like, yo, you need to do this, but they sort of ask you the questions like, what do you want to do? What feels good to you? What do you feel like you should do? Like, a lot of these people tell you that you should stick to one thing, and that is sound advice, but if you don't like the thing you're sticking to, then you probably shouldn't stick to it, because there's a reason why people stick to it is because they like it. And the people that do stick to it, but they don't like it, then that's their thing. But I've seen people do businesses and live a life where it feels effortless to them. I've seen it in my own experience. I've seen people like other creators, influencers, YouTubers. I've seen these people, they're living lives they want to live. They're working less hours and they're basically building a business that they love to build. You know, they genuinely find passion in it. You know, and of course there'll be times when there's a bit of effort and you have to like, there'll be annoying things that you don't really like to do, but that's just part of life. But usually most of the time, 60 to 70% of the time, they usually like doing the business. It's effortless effort. So you have to also ask yourself, what are my natural skills, or what are the skills I am passionate about to develop. For me, I wanted to get better at approaching girls and talking to girls, and I wanted to get better at making cool videos, and yeah, just like socializing and growing my network and doing cool shit, you know, making cool events and making cool content out of it, you know. So there's certain things I want to get good at. There's certain things I'm naturally good at, which is video editing and speaking. Well, of course, I wasn't actually always good at speaking, but I always loved making YouTube videos ever since I was young. I'll show you my old channel. This was my old channel ages ago. I made YouTube videos ever since I was young, man. Like, I'll show you a YouTube video I made. This was my cringy 2013, 2016 intro.
Hi, this is Just CC, and today I will be talking about...
Yeah, so as you know, like, I made videos ever since I was young, so this was like naturally a skill I developed. So I think a really good thing is Ikigai. Ikigai is a really good thing to do, and I'm gonna make this really practical here. So copy. So when I say your Ikigai, I know this is like people like throw this around and it's just retarded and you don't know what to do, but I'll explain it like literally, like actually what you love. So what is it that you're interested in, basically? What are you interested in? Are you interested in personal branding? Are you interested in making clothes? Are you interested in music? What the fuck are you interested in? Okay, so once you find what you're interested in, you should know. What do you love? What do you love to do? If you don't know what you love to do, what are you curious about? What do you give a shit about, basically? Once you know what you give a shit about, what are you naturally good at? So these are certain skills. Like for me, I'm naturally good at video editing. That's a really good thing that I have because I can combine that together. So I'm naturally good at video editing and making videos and just creating stuff, you know. Like I like creating you know, cool logos and yeah, I just like making cool videos that are aesthetic. So I love talking about social skills. I love talking about entrepreneurship, business, and dating and stuff like that. I'm good at video editing. For me, what you can be paid for. So think of Naval has these two forms of leverage. You have to understand that instead of like manually like laboring, like, okay, I'm good at listening to people, I should be a psychologist, you should like listen to this. There's two types of leverage, basically two mediums where you can capitalize and make a shit ton of cash. People are making a lot of money through their content, through media, through like TV, film, stuff like that, or they're making a lot of money through software, SaaS, software as a service. So that's like Adobe. You pay $50 a month for Adobe services. There's like millions of people using Adobe. Let's say there's 1 million people, 1 million people, right? 1 million people use. Bro, am I retarded? Is that 1 million? Yeah, that's 6 zeros. 1 million times 50. So let's say 1 million people use your software for 50 USD a month. What if it's an AI software? What if it's like a software to help you do something or whatever, right? 1 million times 50, that's 50 fucking million. $50 million. Imagine $50 million every single month coming in. 1 million people. That's crazy, right? So software is a good way to make cash. I see people getting into the AI space because you can turn it to a software as a service and people pay monthly for that. Or they go the media route. They be a content creator, they run a personal brand, and they sell stuff through their personal brand. So the two forms of leverage that you probably want to utilize is code or media, which is what Naval, this guy, this smart angel investor is talking about. And what the world needs. What problem does what you love, what you're good at, and what you can be paid for solve? For me, what the world needs, what I serve, is helping guys build circles and helping guys with their social skills and social confidence and basically build a fucking powerful social life. Build a world they like to live in. So the world needs my help to build a social life, and what you love is basically what you give a shit about. I care about personal branding, entrepreneurship, social skills, dating, girls, female psychology, all these things. I'm good at video editing and making videos. I can be paid for through the form of coaching or through a program. And what the world needs is basically, how can you solve a problem the world needs? So I can solve the problem of helping guys get friends, make friends, and go get girls. And that's basically your Ikigai. Like, this is basically why entrepreneurship sucks for you, because you're not doing things you give a shit about. You're not doing you're not giving what the world needs. You're not doing something which you can be paid for, and you're not doing what you're good at. You're not doing all these 4 things. You're not doing you're not following your natural curiosities, and you're suffocating yourself. You're like, I have to make this work out. You're thinking so short term. All right. So I hope this video has helped you. Yeah, subscribe, like. If you got any questions, DM me on Instagram. And yeah, peace.